Hi, Mark Gilbert here. Thanks for clicking in. This particular video is entitled Mantras for Happiness. And like all the videos on this channel, they're designed to give you tools and ideas for assisting with our spiritual evolution. Now, a mantra is simply something that you repeat over and over to yourself, like an affirmation. And although there's a technical difference between a mantra and an affirmation, I'm going to be using the terms interchangeably here. In fact, in this particular video, what I want to do is to give you an opportunity to see how you can employ in your mental toolbox a mantra that you can pull out and repeat to yourself so that you can have a higher life, a better life, a happier life. You know, as I often talk about on these videos, we are spiritual beings moving through this material existence. And when we have these material lives, we're going to have a range of experiences every day. Some experiences may be on the negative end of the spectrum, and some are going to be on the positive. And when we weigh or look at all of our experiences, the question then becomes, where do they fall? Do most of our experiences fall over here in the things that we would consider less than what we want, or are more of them falling over here? And do we have the ability to effectuate a shift so that more of our experiences are considered or deemed to be positive? What I'm inviting you to consider is that by using a mantra or affirmation as a daily or whenever it's needed tool that you can shift your thinking and focus away from the negative and more to the positive, that you're going to create more and more of your day being on the positive end of the spectrum and enjoy life much more. Now, I've often said here that we're conscious co-creators of our lives. The further along we get on the spiritual evolutionary path, we recognize that we play a role in the creation of our lives through our thoughts and our words and our deeds. So it's only natural that when life has experiences that are less than what we want, the question then becomes, how are we going to react to those experiences? If our reaction is to feed into the negativity, to be a naysayer and focus on that, we're going to give more energy into that, and we're going to have more negative experiences. What a mantra or affirmation allows you to do when you have a negative experience is to shift your focus and your attention more to the positive side. Now, if you believe that you are conscious co-creators of your life, you can see the necessity of doing that, because the more that your thoughts are on the positive end, the more you're going to create more positive experiences. But I recognize a lot of people viewing these videos may not believe that your thoughts have any creative power. And even if that's the case, what I'd invite you to consider is that by the very nature that we can shift our emotional state away from the negative experience we may be going through in the moment and can shift our emotions over to the positive end, life's going to be much more enjoyable. By the very nature that you can use a mantra that shifts your emotional state, your life will be better, it'll be happier. And that's what we're seeking here. So how do you go about using a mantra? Well, there's three things I want you to consider. The first is to be aware of your emotional state. A lot of times we sort of navigate through life not thinking about how we're feeling in the moment. It's only when the feelings get so bad or so good do we all of a sudden, do they stand out so much that we tend to label them. But most of the time we have an emotional reaction to what's going on. What I'd encourage you to do is from time to time just check in and see how you're feeling. And especially if something's coming up that's upsetting you, or you're feeling anxious about, or you're feeling very negative about, those are important moments to stop and reflect upon the fact that whatever the outer experience that's going on in your life that's less than what you want, feel into what that negative feeling is that you're occurring and be aware of it. Be aware of it not to focus and stay with it, but to be aware of it so you can flip it over to the positive side. The second step after the awareness is that once you know how you're feeling negative or why you're feeling negative, is to pull one of these mantras out of your psychological mental toolbox and start using it. Using it by repeating it to yourself over and over and over. And by the very nature of the repetition, it's going to shift your thinking and it's going to shift your emotional state as well. Now, there's a lot of times we're in day-to-day interactions with people where we may not feel like we can vocalize an affirmation or a mantra. And so what I'd encourage you to do is to say it silently to yourself in your mind. But if you are in a safe place where you feel like you can say it out loud, there's really great power in vocalizing the mantra in the moment. So feel into the emotional state, determine what your emotions are, use a mantra that is going to flip you from that emotional state to the other side of the spectrum, and then repeat it as much as you need to throughout the day until you feel that it's actually doing its job and assisting you in shifting your focus and attention. So what I'd like to do now is to offer you 10 different mantras that you might want to consider using. Now, these are ones I have used, and I would encourage you to take them and modify them if you want to. You've got to use something that's shifting your thoughts and shifting your emotional state. So you've got to own it and make it your own. I hope you find these useful, but feel free to modify them for your own usage. And if none of these are workable for you, then go online and do some research, and you're going to find plenty of affirmations for happiness out on the internet. The first one I want to offer you is one that was a statement that my father told me when I was a young boy and was feeling upset about going to school one day. And he said to me, Mark, know that things always have a way of working out. Things always have a way of working out. That's one I like to repeat to myself now, so that if something negative is going on or I can't see what the gift is in that particular moment, I'll repeat that to myself over and over. Things always have a way of working out. Things always have a way of working out. The second one is from another teacher that I had. I think I talked about this in a recent video as well. It's to take a look at the circumstances and ask yourself, what's good about it? What's good about it? So again, if something negative is going on in your life, stop and say, what's good about it? And then when you identify the good, you can use an affirmation that says something along the lines of, I see the good in this situation. I see the good in this situation. Or, this situation is working out for my greatest and highest good. Number 3 is to say, this too will pass. This too will pass. It's real easy to feel like something that's going on in our lives is stuck and is going to stay with us for a long, long time. But we can simply look at everything that is going on as a temporary phase or stage that is going to flow by on life's path. And we know that it's going to pass by and will be over. So this too will pass. Number 4, the universe is conspiring for my good. The universe is conspiring for my good. That's recognizing that everything going on around you is recognizing that you are a divine being worthy of goodness, and it's setting things up for you. Even the negative experiences are opportunities for you to grow or to learn or to change your thinking. So the universe is conspiring for my greater good. Number 5 is very similar. The universe always provides for me. The universe always provides for me. Number 6, I have all I need to be happy right now. I have all I need to be happy right now. Number 7, I choose to see the good in this. I choose to see the good in this. Number 8, this day is a good day. This day is a good day. Or a variation of that is, this is the best day ever. This is the best day ever. Number 9, all of my needs are fulfilled. All of my needs are fulfilled. And number 10, I am thankful for all the experiences in my life. I am thankful for all of the experiences in my life. So there you have it. 10 examples. Again, use them as you want, modify them to make you your own, do variations of them, or go out on the internet with some quick research, and you're going to find plenty more. But the idea is to develop 3 or 4 of these statements that you can mentally pull out at the right moment when some circumstance in your outer life is challenging you, and you need to have your mental thoughts and your emotional state reoriented. Start using that mantra now, and it's going to make a key difference in your life. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. There's a similar video right here next to my face if you want to click on it. Also, if you want to get notifications of future videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button on the bottom left-hand corner. If you'd like to contact me, email me at the address on the screen or drop me a comment in the comment field below on YouTube. Thanks.